Good morning, traders. Welcome to Flow with the Markets Tuesday, volume 183. You know what we're gonna do in this video. We're pretty much gonna have an update on what happened on Monday, how is Tuesday looking like, and potentially how we can adapt to our analysis from Saturday, because you know, Monday opens, something completely different happens, and then of course you're always forced to adapt. I'm doing a video because I'm going to be jumping between streams and videos. Like today, I think video is properly because it's already like 24 minutes into London Open, right? And I did it a little bit late because I wanted to have that little initial momentum on London, because always something is going to happen. So, right, I'm going to do this analysis like at Frankfurt Open, and then London is going to open, it's going to break structures, then we have to flow again, right? But when we jump on a stream, then again, we have 1 hour, but then I have to cover every single pair like 3 times because there are new people coming and asking questions. So I think the best format is a video for now, right? And of course, I'm going to be thinking of more interactive things that we can do together. Maybe actually jumping on live, marking market structure or doing stuff like this. That could be better. So let me know if you have any ideas, right? So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Let's see how Monday has played out. Let's see what we can expect today and see how the week can carry on. All right, so as always, we're gonna get started with a Dixie. I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible and not to lose too much of your time. So as we had 2 outcomes right there. One of those was to actually turn bearish and then continue bearish. The other one is actually to go bullish. And you can see none of those happened because I'm just gonna zoom in right now, delete those lines, and if you really look in between the lines, right, so the market actually ended up breaking the structure right there. So again, according to me, I take wicks as breaks. Those are my rules, right? What caused this break? This is a valid range. It was this high that caused the break. And what happens right now, what happened actually early this morning, is we also made a bullish shift, right? So currently, according to me, the DXY is overall bullish, I'd say, right? Then of course, what we can do is we can drop, well, I'm just going to take this wick. We can drop this 4-hourly demand zone and then say, well, okay, DXY is currently short-term bullish, right? So again, is it really bullish? Well, we know that we're tapping into a massive weekly and daily supply zone, which can cause the market to definitely drop, right? And right now it's kind of looking like it's consolidating a little bit, so it's not entirely clean. But this is how I currently look at price, right? I do not exclude the possibility that well, pretty much the dollar can just plummet, right? But what I would currently look at is, because again, I always flow with the market, this is my major high low. So if we stay above it, then long bias. If we break below it, then of course we adapt as we usually do. Okay, so this is pretty much the Dixie. And of course, if I jump on the 15 minutes, well, that's a very strange wick in there. Do we have it like on, yeah, this is TVC. So very strange wick right there, which kind of destroys almost everything. But pretty much we have a breakout structure here. Right now we have a trend change alignment down on the 50-minute, right? So what you can do right now is, if it pulls back to give you a short, that's fine. But if we come back towards this wick, and if the 50-minute aligns bullish, then this should be a long setup because we are bullish on the foliage. Okay, so that's how I'm looking at it right now. Of course, multiple things can happen, especially intraday, right? So that is the Dixie right now. Looking for a short immediately if it comes back towards these zones right now. We can also drop like a 50% as the range forms. So if you get a pullback, I'm going to be looking to short, taking it into this low, right? But if you just from here, if you just push towards the low, then I'm just going to be monitoring to see what is going to happen within this demand zone. Okay, so let's see this. Of course, this flowy thing right there could definitely be manipulation, because if I just jump on the 1H, you see that we're in an overall consolidation, right? So what it did, it took out the low, it went in, took out the high, right? So right now it can go on and take out the low, because this is usually how manipulation works. It makes a range, takes out the low, takes out the high, right? And then goes on and continues in the overall direction. So this is what we have cooking right now, right? But the question really is, okay, is this really gonna go down, or is it gonna go up with the current 4-hourly structure? So again, let's see and flow with the markets. EURUSD, beautiful short yesterday. I'm pretty much short bias on this one. I also see it go long, right? Because again, let's remind ourselves, we're tapping into a very massive leg right there, but we're also coming from a very massive supply zone here as well. So currently it's kind of stuck, right? Tapping inside this demand and also coming from this supply. And you can see it's starting to kind of a little bit compress in the middle. You can see how it usually moves outside of those supply zones, right? So right now we're moving away from this demand zone. So again, is it possible we actually break the major lower high? Definitely, right? So let's not try to forecast too much. Pretty much right now we are getting an overall short, but what I also want you to pay attention to is the candle anatomy, which is something that we always pay attention to, right? The market massively flushed down and then massively exited, right? So it took the market roughly around 1, 2, 3, 4 candles to go down. And then it took the market 3 massive candles to immediately return back, right? So this shows me that there is a lot of bullishness coming in from this area. And what I want you to also have a look at right now is that we're having, where is this? There was one that draws a channel. Yeah, we're having this kind of correction right there, right? So we have this push, correction. Can we push higher? Definitely. But what is the 40 time frame doing right now? It's bearish still, right? So if I just jump on the 50-minute time frame, wow, look at that. There's a lot of news going on right now. So, wow, look at that. I'm even getting my alerts pinged for a potential long. I'm not sure if I'm going to be taking it with all those news. So yesterday we came in, we tapped into this lower high supply beautifully. And you can see then the 50-minute aligned bearish. There was a beautiful short. My whole community took this short. I took it as well with a beautiful stop loss as well, 2.2 pip stop loss. So that provided a very good risk to reward. I was also planning to hold it all the way towards Asian low, but I pretty much got my 5R right there. So I just pretty much closed my trade actually for a 6.5R in total. And then we started ranging. The market turned bullish right there, then range. And then right now what we have is the market push, pullback, lower low, lower high. So there was an early sell right there that I did not take because one of my rules was missing on this short, which is very, very sad. And this morning we took a half stop loss on this trade because the 50-minute was still going bearish. However, we had the Asian low being taken. I'm not sure why I don't have my Asian session, but right now it's probably gonna, yeah, no, I don't want this. Okay, so I'm just gonna, so this is the Asian low, and what usually happens when we take out the Asian low is that you have a massive reaction, right? So pretty much this came in, took out the Asian low, then it pulled back. The setup on the 1 minute was very ugly, so I took it as a swing trade because we had this wick that kind of invalidated anything. And on swing trades, I enter with half stop loss, so I got a half stop loss on this one today. And yes, so right now then we immediately adapted. Okay, so what is happening right now? Well, is it possible that the market potentially goes on and grabs some of the liquidity here? Because you can see it's pretty flat. Is it possible it goes on to even take this high? Right, so those are questions we immediately start asking. But again, in order to keep it simple, what you can do is you can just flow with the 15-minute, right? Because what you have right now is this demand zone. This demand zone, and on the 1 minute time frame, I would be looking to take an entry right there, but having a look how it comes, I don't think you're gonna get a 1 minute entry because pretty much you should be in this trade right now. And for a 1 minute entry, it first has to break down, right, and then give you an alignment and then to potentially go up. Okay, but looking at the news right now, so probably I'm gonna be just mindful of all the news coming in. Tuesday is like an Easter egg, as Paul always says. So right now, if we again align bearish, then of course I'm gonna love to continue shorting this pair because again we're coming in from this massive lower high supply, and of course the next logical target is the low. Okay, so if the 50-minute goes bearish, then I'm definitely looking to short, right? So let's see, currently we have this bullish alignment. Let's see if we can get any longs. Let's see if the market is actually going to go on and kind of say take out this high, attack these highs, attack this highs as liquidity, and then to potentially start rolling down. We don't know. Okay, so again, as I always say, go with the 50-minute. There is one scenario, and there is the second scenario, which I would really love to see, the bearish one. So that's EU. Let's have a look what happens. Euro yen, very nicely bullish. So again, as I told you, this one is currently just pushing up on the Forex. So as long as it's going up, you keep longing. And again, as you can see, we had this demand zone. And what happened? Did we break it? No, it's pretty equal. So what is the low of this candle? It's 0.28 and this one is 0.30. So that means that this one is higher. Yeah, so we actually have a higher low right there. It never broke this low, pulled back, gave you a higher low formation, and technically then what you should be looking for is for the 50-minute to align, which it did. So there is your beautiful long trade, precisely right there. If you take it as a swing trade, there it is. This is where you aligned bullish. There's your retest. You can even take it like with a 10 pip stop loss, and you are eating pips right now. So let me know, guys, in the chat, did some of you take this beautiful EJ long? right now what we have is, again, so looking at EURYM, very bullish, which again makes me think, okay, is EU gonna follow up? But yeah, bullish on the FOH, just making out the new high. So again, you have a couple of choices. You either wait for the market to give you like a short trade as a pullback trade. So if the 50-minute turns bearish, you can be looking for the pullback trade. Or do you just wait for the market to pull you back, give you a higher low formation, and then take a long? Okay. So pretty much that's how I currently view this market. It's in a high, and usually at a high or lower low, you cannot do much, right? The best place to be is at a higher low formation or at a lower high formation. Okay, so let's wait on this one. Very bullish so far. It keeps moving up. It keeps maintaining this beautiful 4-hourly demand, right? Demand zones and the 4-hourly higher low formations. So let's see. Again, you cannot do much on this one. Either take a short after a 50-minute bearishness, or you wait for the long to continue with the overall 4-hourly trend. So that's EJ. So AU, as I told you, very tricky because, so yeah, we just opened on Sunday and Monday, and then we just broke, right? So what I told you right there is that according to me, this is a valid range. This is a valid 4-hourly zone, which then according to me, this is a bullish break of structure, okay? But then I do not exclude the possibility of this one also going down, because again, some of you are gonna say that this is the major lower high, and that could definitely be the case, right? So how I'm looking at it right now is I'm still gonna draw this demand zone, which is a, I would guess, 8-hourly demand zone. Yeah, so there is this beautiful 8-hourly zone, right? And the market is currently pulling back. So it's gonna be stuck between supply and demand right now. So is this supply gonna push the market all the way down towards a new lower low? Or is this recent bullish momentum creating this demand zone and also causing a 4-hourly break of structure going to prevail and push the market up? Okay, so that's the thing to figure out with the Aussie. It's already, I'd say, yeah, roughly around 50%. So I would love to see it tap 50%, right? So if you jump on the 50-minute right now, right, it's bearish so far. So yesterday there were a couple of beautiful trades on AU. There was a short and a long. So after we tapped in this zone, there is a short. So you take a short from here. It took out the 50-minute low, so that's a TP. Then it aligned bullish right there. And then you take the long and you nail a beautiful long. So very nice trades yesterday on AU around London session and this beautiful New York session long right there. So for the AU traders, you should be eating pips as well. And yeah, then we have the Asian range. The market kind of went up, went down, went down, went up, right? So we did all of this manipulation thing. You see how it starts to consolidate, takes out the low, takes out the high, and then it just continues in the overall direction. And currently it is still bullish. Like I see EU pushes up, AU continues to push down. So there is a crack of kind of correlation, right? I don't like this current structure. It's still bearish, right? It's still bearish. So technically right now what we should be doing is you should be looking for a 1-minute entry right there to take a short. But knowing where it is and knowing that the market has already made like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like a lot of kind of waves to the downside, I suspect we can also turn a little bit bullish, right? So let's see. According to me, this pair is bullish on the FOH. So if you get the bullish alignment, if you get a break above this guy right there, then you can take a long with more confidence. Okay, so let's see how it provides a short right there, which is the most recent 50-minute range. And if it breaks above it, then we're going to start aligning for the longs. And then, yeah, we can eventually even target a new high. So let's see how this one is going to work out. I suspect AJ is also going to be pretty bullish. Yeah, so you can see on this one, as I told you, we are still sitting inside this supply zone. However, the 4-hourly, as I told you, is bullish. And in order to go short on this one, I need to see this low to go. But no, the market opens and just pushes away from it. So again, we are currently long buy still, so we cannot be taking any shorts. So this one can potentially go on and make a new high. Right? So if I'm trading this pair, I will be on the 50-minute asking the question, how can I get involved into longs? And as you can see, if I zoom in right there, it's currently like broke the low. And right now it's aligning to take out the high. It gave us a kind of a not so textbook demand zone, but we can work with that, right? And then if you just jump on the 1-minute time frame, it's currently potentially about to provide you an entry. Okay, so yeah, my thoughts pretty much on AJ is that you can long this market. It's not at the very good positioning because it's not at the higher low, right? It's currently on the push phase towards making a new high, right? But again, we already had that little short-term pullback, right there. So right now, if the 50-minute aligns bullish, then I definitely think you can definitely target this high right there. So let's see if it now pushes, then it pulls back again, pushes, pulls back again. You can have a couple of those waves, right? So if you manage to capitalize on a long setup on AJ, really good, right? And then of course, the other scenario that I see is just the 50-minute to go down and return back into the range. And then from there, we can see like what's going to happen. Okay, so again, if the market breaks below currently, yeah, so if it breaks above this high, that's going to be a 50-minute break with a major higher low this, but currently the major higher low is this. Right, so let's see how it works. If it breaks above here, then you can look for a long trade like that. But if right now, like it just starts to reverse, then you have a bearish reversal, and then you can also follow the shorts, because then this means it can give you a deeper pullback, right, in order to then eventually reverse higher, or it's just gonna come back and range right there. Because right now we are bullish, but have a look at all that range happening right now. It's not very momentous. It's been staying in this range for quite a while. So let's see. NU, you can see, so NU, unlike AU, this one is looking quite bearish, right? So like I had two scenarios, either a deeper pullback or a shallower pullback towards this zone. It came in, tapped it, and look at the reversal right now. So EU is pumping up, this one is dropping down. So crack of correlation again, right? So yesterday, I'm not following this pair intraday, so I don't know. It looks like there was a long, oh no, this is Asia. Yeah, bullish alignment. So I'm not sure if there were any setups on this one. Asian, no, this is not Asian range. This is like end of day, took out the high, down, up, down, then came in, grabbed a little bit more liquidity, and right now it's rolling to the downside. So you can see NU is rather bearish right now, right? And the most recent range on this guy, you decide if you want to take this, or you decide if you want to take like this overall, right? According to me and my rules, this is my major lower high, right? So as long as we stay below it, we are bearish. What could also happen is that I don't expect like a very deep pullback. So what could happen from now, if this pair is really bearish, it's going to go on, make a new lower low, return back, lower high, and then you can short it, right? And then the second scenario is this, which I wouldn't really like, because that means we dropped massively and then we made like a 100% pullback. Okay, so usually you don't want to see this, like 100% pullback. So this one right there looks like a 50% already. Yeah, so this could be enough for the market to go on and make a new lower low. So there are my scenarios on NU. It looks bearish. I do not exclude the fact that the current kind of sentiment of the market is a little bit bullish right now. But let's see. Follow 50-minute. Right now it's bearish. It's not in a good positioning to trade because you don't have a zone on the left to trade, right? And I usually don't trade without a zone. So if I was just looking at this pair, then to me it's a skip. We look for the next one. NJ. Okay, so there is some adaptations to make, because again, you see I was expecting a lower low and then a lower high. Sure, a lower low happened, but then we got a higher high. So we got a trend change, and the market is currently bullish, tapping into demand. Okay, so you can see the JPYs are rather bullish right now. Yeah, definitely. So we broke the low, then we broke the high. We're currently pulling back. Look at the rejection candle. Okay, so if I just zoom in on the 15-minute, there is no valid range. So for me, I want to see this one break in order to say that the 50-minute is reversing. But I definitely see what is happening right now. I look at the V shape right there, just came in, massively exited outside. So what I want to see though is maybe like a pullback, break, and then to trade from this pullback right there. So it's currently giving it. So this is how I see, like already thinking ahead in time, right? So this is what I would like to see, because again, Fuawali is bullish, and as long as we stay above this level on the 4H, then we are technically bullish. And if we get a 50-minute bullish alignment, then that is the high probability trade, right? So let's see how this one works. It's still technically bearish on the 50-minute, trading off of this supply. So currently it's reacting from this supply, but then if it goes on and breaks it, then this is going to become the major higher low on the 15-minute, and then you can definitely trade from it. So let's see how it works. This is already throwing a setup before it has happened. Of course, something else could happen. Let's see. Yeah, you can see why we have that bullishness on the JPYs. Well, again, as I told you, yeah, pretty much there are my two things, right? Either just a straight push up or a break of the higher low and then the reversal. So what I think I told you is, if you want a high probability short on the JPYs, wait for UJ to break the higher low. And yeah, as you can see, the higher low, it just maintained, and right now we're pushing up, and it really looks like it's gonna go on and take out the high. Okay, so 50-minute is right now yeah, it threw quite a bit of a manipulation right there during Asia. So something was happening during Asia. I'm not sure if we had any news, right? Let me quickly check. Yeah, well, we had, if I just take you to my other screen, we had like a little bit of a PMI right there, Jibun Bank Manufacturing PMI. So could be this one, but it's minor impact. So nothing very, very huge. But yeah, currently this is not valid. Unfortunately, it is a valid demand, but it's not a valid higher low. The valid higher low is all the way down there. So again, if you get a chance to trend follow this hourly push, then that's perfect, right? You can get it from here, or you can get it from here, right? Or you wait for the market to like give you a pullback, new range, and then keep following it bullish. So there are my 3 scenarios on EURJPY, which are all bullish. So I'm not including a bearish scenario, which can definitely happen because again, we are tapping into a pretty strong area of supply taking liquidity as well. Okay, but again, I think just looking at the 4H, definitely could go in and take out this high. I don't see it really stopping right there and reversing, definitely possible, but then it's gonna take lots of time for the 4-hourly time frame to turn bearish because this is our higher low, right? And if it just breaks above, then it's gonna take less time to turn bearish. So let's see, I am bullish on EURJPY. If you get a long opportunity, then definitely go for it. Let's see if it provides. UCAD. Okay, so yeah, I was looking for 50% overall on UCAD because again, as I told you, usually you don't want to have like 100% pullback because the demand zone on this one is all the way down there. And this is pretty much like 80 to 90% pullback, which is not usually good. Because again, if you have a push and then the market pulls you back here, this just looks like a big rejection and it's probably gonna break, right? It rarely happens. Usually the market's gonna pull you back 30%, 50%, maybe 70%, something like this. But if it comes all the way down, it's a little bit of a red flag, right? So you can see this one pulled back to 50%. It just touched it, right? And currently it's shifting bullish. So again, on the 15 minute, if you get a bullish alignment, which you have it right there. This is a valid range. What caused it? Take it from here. The market comes in again, and then it just starts to expand massively. There is another one that got missed, and there is a new break, and this is not valid. So yeah, it's gonna be this big. So currently, UCAD is providing a long setup, but again, I usually don't like when it's pushed like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. You can expect a short-term TC down, trend change down, and then to align bullish again. Okay. Oh, US 30 finally breaking. Okay, nice. So yeah, this is currently how it's looking like. And if I was trading this, I will be on the 1 minute looking for an entry. I'm just gonna tell you that this one here, the alignment is fake because there is no liquidity gap. And technically, yeah, then this is your entry. So according to my rules, guys, this is a valid trade right there. So I'm just gonna plot it in right there. I don't trade UCAD. It doesn't work great for me. But this is a setup that I personally will be looking at. Bullish on the 50 minute, bullish on the 4H, 1 minute grab the liquidity. It provided a setup, so let's see how this one plays out. But again, as I told you, having just a little bit of at the back of my mind that it's already made a couple of waves higher, right? So we can expect to have sometimes when the market does this, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Oftentimes this one is going to give you a little shift, then create a little bearish range, and then it shifts bullish again and continues. Okay, so be mindful of this. The market does not go up forever. It tends to then give you a little bit of a intraday shift down, right? And then it usually aligns bullish and then it goes. Okay, so that is right now UCAD. Let's see how this one is going to play out. GU. So GU, not much of a development, right? So I'm not going to be covering this. You can see all of my outlooks. Nothing has happened so far. We're just staying in this. We're just staying in this range, right? If I jump on the 50 minute, the 50 minute is gonna give us something. Yeah, it took out the high, then gave us a short. No. So guys, GU, no. It came in, swept this high. So technically, like to me, this is why I don't trade GU, because GU does a lot of sweeps. And to me, I don't do sweeps. To me, this is a break. So I will be looking to take a long from here. So that's my rules. That's how I trade, right? So to you, this is a sweep and you trade away from it, right? Well, to me, I follow the trend. Okay, so there's a slight difference. So this one to me just does not look good on the 4H right now. So yes, we are still bearish trading within this lower high. It's very, it's very choppy though. So I'm looking for something more on this one, right? So again, if you have your own setups, if you have your own rules, definitely strike it, right? So you can definitely be looking to short this one after this liquidity grab. To me right now, it's bullish. So I will be dropping on the 1 minute and looking to long this pair. So let's see. I am not 100% on this one. It's just ranging right now. So ranging, took out the high, returned back in the range. Right now, took out the low, returned back in the range. Okay, so be careful. Something is cooking. I think we had some GBP. Yeah, we have PMI today for the GBP. I'm not sure if we had something else on the GBP coming up. GJ is going to be bullish, yes. So again, as I told you guys, follow the forward time frame. Pushed. Yes, we have a supply on the left, but the forward was bullish. Push, pull back. And yeah, it was already in there, so it just opened and continues to push higher. So hopefully some of you managed to catch that trend continuation, which we happened. So here you see, this to me is a break. It's not even 1 pip, but to me is a break. Then we align bullish and I take my long from here, and it's an absolutely massive trade, right? But then if you're looking for this one to break, if you don't know how to read structure, you pretty much miss out on all of this. So this looks like a pretty good trade yesterday. And yeah, right now the market again kind of had the Asian range, shook it out a little bit, and right now massively expanded higher, creating this overall demand zone, which is rather big. You can refine it as well if you wish to this. I'm going to take it big. So yeah, it's logical that we potentially target this high. It came very close. Like, why didn't it take it? It came so close. So again, I don't like trading at the very high portions of the 4-hourly ranges as well, because yeah, right now if it comes in right there and provides me a long, I would like to take a long here. I would like to take a long here as well. But if it comes in so close to the higher low, then it gets a little bit, you probably get what I mean, right? It's a little bit too high. So let's see. But this is the setup. It's bullish right now on the 50-minute push, pullback. This is the higher low. So if you pull back towards this zone, you can be looking for an entry. But I'm going to be, again, just having at the back of my mind that it's a bit extended. It came very close to taking out this high. I just wonder why didn't it take it? Is it strong this high so it didn't take? But again, we can definitely go on and take it. Or of course, this can be a very strong supply holding price to make a trend change down. And then of course we can align bearish. So let's see. This also depends on UJ. Goat. Let's see Goat. What is doing Goat? I have a community member right now just massively taking shorts this morning. He made 21 hour on shorts. Like, he's crazy. Broke structure up, which to me makes it technically bullish. Do we have a valid range? No. So, okay. So to me, gold is right now bullish, and it's currently pulling back towards this demand zone. If I just jump on the 50-minute, right? So yeah, the 50-minute is definitely bearish, right? Aligning bearish right now. It had the Asian session right there, took out a little high, and yeah, it just continues to drop right now. It's massive, right? So here is the last break of structure right there, and then technically this here is your last supply, but it's already running away very far away from it. Okay, so go to me right now is not tradable. Yesterday, I don't think we got much yesterday. It was very kind of consolidating at the top right there. So let's see. Let's see. I mean, it can come in here. And then if it starts giving you bullish alignment, then absolutely longs, because this is the 4-hourly higher low formation, right? And right now, if it starts giving you a pullback and tops 50%, you can start looking for the shorts as well. So I think in terms of gold, it needs a little bit of a better positioning. Because yeah, this could also be a liquidity grab for the market to start heading lower, but to me, like, it's bullish, as I told you my rules. Well, here you even have a body break, so this is definitely should be a break for you as well. So it's bullish. So if we come in towards this demand zone, then I'm gonna be looking for the 50-minute to align bullish and then potentially take a long trade, right? But currently it's short, so if you get any pullbacks, then you can take a short. Keeping in mind, it's already below 50% on the overall leg, and it can start forming the lower high. So it's not good to be taking shorts from here. Shorts are taken from the top, right? US30, very lovely to see that it's finally exiting the range. So again, as I forecasted, well, US30 is bearish. So again, if you have a high quality trade, then it should be short. And just right now, it started rolling massively down. The tricky part about this one is that we were trading inside this range. Not this one, quite a couple of, well, not pretty much yesterday. So yeah, we pushed up, and yesterday I took no trades on US30, which is good. And right now, according to me, this one was the last higher low formation, which is currently broken. So this is why I got my alert right now. It's making a trend change. It's right now aligning bearish on the 50-minute. So what I'm immediately jumping on right now to do is taking a short. So what I do right now is I just do this, set my alert, and if it pings me, I'm going to be looking for the short on US30. So very simple, bearish on the 4H. Next logical target is the low. Right, so as long as the market is pushing down right now, then of course we can be targeting the low. Let's see if it provides us some nice intraday short setups, this one. And yeah, you can see also the other indices are starting to follow up. So again, Nasdaq and S&P, there to me are not very tradable right now because they're like chopping and they're still bullish on the 4H. US30 is bearish on the 4H right now. So it's the only pair that looks kind of better, right? So I'm waiting on these ones. I'm looking for them to crash as well so I can buy some more stocks. Let's see. Again, S&P, if it breaks below this low, this is going to be a 4-hourly shift of structure. So it's not this, right? But then if we break, then your lower high is going to become this, right? So we're then technically going to turn bearish. So let's see. I mean, Nasdaq. Yeah, Nasdaq. Yeah, well, Nasdaq is also here, similar to S&P, but you can see it's very far away. S&P is... Where is it? S&P is already about to break it. This one is too far away. So there is like this, again, crack of correlation, but this is because the tech stocks right now are doing good. And this is why Nasdaq is a little bit stronger than the rest, right? And crypto, nothing much on crypto. I'm just not going to cover it. Well, I said that we can have a short right there because there is a 4-hourly bearish alignment, but it's been chopping in this range for quite a while. And if you try to trade the lower time frames right there, you probably get killed because it just like makes your range and up and down and then again and up and down. So be careful with the cryptos, all right? So to recap very quickly, DXY currently aligned bullish, right? So according to me, market structure is bullish. So I'm going to be looking to follow the longs. We got a recent bearish alignment, which to me looks like a liquidity grab because you can see EU, for example, right now is like during the news. And although I'm looking for longs right now, there is no 1-minute setup. I'm just looking on my other screen and it looks like it's going to break. And if it breaks, then I immediately shift to shorts and then of course start targeting the lows down there. Because I'm overall bearish bias coming from this lower high supply. We grab the liquidity during the news. So if it aligns bearish right now, then to me it's going to be a high chance that we go down. So let's see, right? Yen pairs, they're bullish. Aussie pairs, like look at that, for example, giving you the short right now. Right, it's a very tough range right there, but it is a valid short, right? You should be doing a short right now on AU. Maybe some of my guys are in. It's not a good positioning though. Usually you don't want to be taking a short as the market has pushed down already quite a lot and then it just gives you those ranges, but definitely possible. NU, a little bit in the middle. UCAD, there's our UCAD hitting 3R. TP, well, yeah, I just did 3R. Usually you'll be looking for 4. Yeah, or just 15 pips. Right, so something like this. Yeah, this one is a textbook setup. Those are the setups that are our playbook. GU, I'm not touching GU right now. It just does not look good. Currently, I should be looking for longs on GU, right? And precisely right now, potentially taking one. But again, yeah, you can definitely do so. I'm just gonna paper trade it. Let's see what happens. Like as you know, I don't trade GU. I don't trade GU. So indices, I'm looking to short. It's just massively dropping, so I'm going to be looking to short, and pretty much that's it, right? You know that I mainly trade EU and US30, right? So I'm just looking to see how EU is going to respond from this range right there. I'm looking forward to see if I can trend follow US30, and then of course I'm looking forward to see how the Aussies, the NZDs, and the GBPs are going to work out. So guys, let me know what you're looking for in your current setups. What is your favorite setup on the spot? Did you take anything yesterday? What are you looking for taking today? What is your bias on your favorite pair? Let me know down in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed the flow with the markets, and chat with you very soon.